Hey y'all, hey Angie, hey Wanda. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing on this beautiful Tuesday? Hope y'all had a blessed day today because I did. Yes, I did. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I have a blessed day every day. Every day that I wake up, every day that God allowed me to open my eyes, hey Sandra, to see another day, it's a blessed day for me. Even when you're going through it, it's still a blessing. How about that? Even in the midst of you going through whatever you might be going through.
You said I want the combo.
Like
okay.
echo.
Yeah, there is a 7.5,
and my,
and if you get 7.5, you're gonna get the C at 39. Okay, grab the C at 39.
I don't know what this going on, man. All this, they always be talking about scamming and all that, but all this scamming stuff be popping up all on your phone. But they be quick to talk about scamming. Yeah. These phones is acting up. When your phone go to acting up, that's because they want you to come and buy a new one. This phone don't have no reason to be acting up. And then when I bought a new one, I dropped it and I broke it by accident. So that's what happened. But when it's time, when they want you to get a new phone, the phone go to acting up. That's the setup.
Please do not wear that dress out today.
Come on. That's the setup. And then they'll tell you, like when you get a new phone, they'll say once they take the little SIM card out, they'll tell you all your information is saved into the SIM card. But once you put the phone in, once you put they put the SIM card into the new phone. Hey Janice, all your stuff literally is not saved. How about that? So I'm trying to get on. This is crazy. I'm trying to get on TikTok so I could go live on that end, but the phone is acting up. So the phone is acting crazy. How about that? Because the reason why I really want to go live on TikTok as well is they had a lady on there last night. She was crying her heart out. And my topic for today is, hey Elaine, we talking about these grown ass kids. The topic for today is don't let your grown ass adult kids destroy your life with their deception. Because that's what they'll do. They'll try to destroy your life. They try to make you look like the villain, make you look bad, and then they pass it down to the next generation. How about that? It's sad. Now, only because I'm coming, y'all, trying to get the phone to act right. And every time I try to get it to act right, and I press the button, it acts up. So how y'all doing today? Hi, Queens. How y'all doing today? Just give me a minute. It's just crazy. And then on TikTok, they had me with a filter on. I don't need a filter. I really don't need a filter. Got me look like I have on makeup. I don't have on a makeup. I don't wear makeup. How y'all doing? Wait, let me get a little light over here so y'all can see. Can you see me now? Hey everybody, hey everybody, can y'all get the lights up? Can y'all show me some love? I did just make 60. Y'all do know I'm older than some of y'all, right? Y'all do know that, right? So y'all can show me some love. Hey, Miss T. So y'all, my topic for today is don't let your adult children destroy your life. And the reason why I want to talk about our adult children is because a lot of us is dealing with a lot of stuff that's going on in our family, and a lot of us is dealing with stuff with our young or older adult children. No matter what you do for them, you can go all out your way for them. You can make sure they have the best education. You can make sure they graduate from high school, go to college, and buy them cars, nice clothes, whatever. It's never enough. It's never enough. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. To be honest, I have never in my entire life saw so many parents is being hurt by the way that they grown adult kids treat them. So what I want to say to a lot of y'all grown adult parents out there, welcome to the club. I didn't ask for forgiveness for stuff that I didn't even do. Right now, I don't even know what's the problem with me and my girls because I never knew that you can hold a grudge against your mama for so long. And she don't even know what's the reason. Oh, okay. Their reason for holding a grudge against me is they say I do too much. Mind you that I am in a wheelchair. Mind you that I enjoy my life, but they don't like me exposing them when they disrespect me in public. So they can go around and talk about you and try to destroy you and make you look like the bad guy. But the minute you expose them to their so-called friends, then you the bad guy. So last night I was on TikTok, I was on there just strolling through or whatever, and they had a mother on there. She was crying her heart out, talking about how good she have been to her children, how good, she been to them for years and gave them and did this, and she was just crying her heart out. Been there, done that. Been there, done that, Janice. But I decided, and it's sad to say that I had to go through all these years of being misused and abused by the very kids that I raised, loved, and gave my all to. It's sad to say that I'm not the only one dealing with that. And the answer to that, why we going through that and why they treat us like that, y'all want to know the answer to that? We did too much for them. I know I did. I went over and beyond. I risked my life, my joy, my peace for my children. And now I got daughters that got me on call block. So you mean to tell me you got a mother that publicly come on the internet and say, if I hurt you in any kind of way, I'm sorry, and that's not good enough? So what is the real reason? What is the real reason? Because you can forgive the woman that almost unalived me, hey Brian, as your mother, but you can't forgive me for exposing you, for mistreating me. Got to be more careful. Right string, wrong yo-yo over here. I'm just saying. Now, I done been a fool, y'all. And maybe I've been a damn fool to my children. But right now, I'm taking a stand, and I'm going to stand on all 10 right now. Because I'm tired of saying I'm sorry for something that I ain't even do. And then the cold part about it, they use the grandchildren against you. They use the grandchildren. And Janice, you still doing for them? Okay. They use the grandchildren against you. So I get a phone call from my grandson today. And me and my grandson, we had a grandmother-grandson relationship. But I understand when they get around certain people, right? When they get around certain people, certain spirits, them spirits rub off. Now, my grandson is 16. He just made 16 July the 1st. And my grandson is a good child to me. But I had to tell my grandson on my B-Day why you didn't call me. You could call me when you want Uber Eats, when you want the Jordans that come out, when anything that you want, you can pick up the phone and call me. So my grandson came to New Orleans the day after his birthday. He was in New Orleans today. I asked him when he called me. He asked me to do something. And we had a little conversation. And my grandson, I said, well, you was in New Orleans. Why you didn't call me? I mean, no, I ain't say that. I said, I asked him how long was he in New Orleans. And he said, Mama, I was in New Orleans about a week or so. So you mean to tell me, y'all, this the flip side. All right, his grandma is friends with the woman that almost unalived me, right? And she friends with other people that don't like me. So his grandma don't like me, and I ain't never did his grandmother nothing. So she feel like she got more control over our grandson than me. So it's only because they allow her to feel that way. So she had him for a whole week in New Orleans, and he ain't seen me the whole while he was in New Orleans. See what I'm saying? But it's okay, because grandmother on the other side, remember, at the end of the day, that's still my grandchild. And the games y'all playing, because y'all think y'all got a little control over my daughter and my grandson, just remember, you got to get that back, baby. Because I'm a better woman than you. Because I'm going to say this. If the shoe was on the other foot and I had my grandson, you know what I asked my grandson? Did you see your grandma? Did you talk to your other grandma? Do you want to go spend time with your other grandma? But no, since y'all think y'all in control on the other side, because my daughter allow y'all to do that to me, well, all y'all got to get that back. Because he said, forgive them, because they know not what they do. Hey, Queen, because they know not what they do, but they know what they be doing, because they try to hurt me by using my grandchildren and trying to turn them against me. But listen, I did over and beyond. And a lot of us parents, we try to figure out where we went wrong and what we could have did for our young or grown adult children to treat us some type of way. You know what we did? We did too damn much. We should have let them go get a job. We should have let them sacrifice. We should have let them do everything that we had to do to get the shit that we had to get. But no, we won't make life easy for them. Because you know what? In our delusional mind, we say we don't want our children to go through what we went through. Oh, well, maybe they needed to go through the things that we went through. That's why I'm a better woman right now. That's why at 60, I'm a better woman right now. Because I went through, and that's why I didn't have another child. I got pregnant at 15, had a child at 16. I didn't have another one till 10, 11 years later. Because my mama said she ain't watching no baby. And she meant that. But no, we want to give and we want to make them happy because we feel like they represent us. We want to buy them the latest, whatever come out and all that kind of stuff, thinking that's going to make them a better child, a better grandchild, whatever. Nah, that's the problem. Because every day, I've been in the wheelchair for 31 years. 31 years. And this stuff that's been going on with my children is still going on. Now, at the end of the day, I got 2 daughters and I got 2 sons. And I always wanted a family, right? Even though my family was destroyed, I'm talking about the family with the husband and the children and all that, with the house, the car, the dog, and the cat, all that. But I never thought in a million years that my 2 daughters would block me and treat me the way that they've been treating me. I got an older son that would never give me a problem, never disrespect me. I got my younger son. Me and him went through our little phase and we good. But these 2 daughters that I have, I don't know what it is about me that they got a problem with. And if I sit on these platforms right now and tell y'all that one of my daughters, all I did was ask her about a baby shower. And she said, "You not invited to my baby shower because my dad and them is giving it." And I said, "Well, you know what? God don't like that." And she said, "I'm about to block you." And she blocked me. So I've been blocked ever since. I even must send a message to her husband and say, "Ask her, can I see my new grandbaby, which is just about to be a month old?" And he came back and said, in my DM, she said she not ready. Run that by me again. She said she not ready for me to see my new grandbaby. But the woman that almost unalived me can be around it, can smell it, can hold it. So at the end of the day, this woman almost unalived your mother, right? Even though, let's be real, y'all, this woman grew up around me, right? It's story time for some of y'all who don't know. This woman grew up around me. All us grew up around each other. And you slept with my husband, and I was with my husband that Friday, and you almost unalived me that Sunday. And my daughter chose you over me. Now, mind you, I put my hands on this woman. I slapped her. And a lot of you women gonna say, "Well, and you should have kept your hands to yourself." Yeah, well, it was 2 of them, and it was 1 of me. I felt like they could have jumped me, but we would have lived to see another day. It was 2 against 1. When I turned around after I slapped her, because they were standing up there like we wasn't gonna fight or none of that. I got 4 kids. So I turned around to walk and get in this for the people who don't know. I turned around and walked to go get in my truck, my Jeep. And before you know it, I was pum in my back, right? Whose name was Melvin? That's my mama's name and my name. But I turned around and I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital for quite some time. I was in a coma. For the people who don't know, this man came to the hospital. A couple of people came to the hospital, and this man divorced me. To this day, I don't know how he got a divorce. I never signed divorce papers. I never went to divorce court. I never did none of that. I'm still talking about whatever I want to talk about. That's what I'm talking about, my life story. And I ain't gonna only just be talking about it. Guess what? It's gonna be a movie about it, and a book about it. So I'm gonna continue to talk about that because I live being in the wheelchair every day. And anybody on my timeline don't want to hear nothing about me talking about what happened to me. Why you over here? Anybody on my timeline don't want to hear me talk about my life story and what happened to me? Why you over here? Because, yeah, I'm talking about my life. And, yeah, a lot of stuff still coming back to my memories because I had a short memory loss. No, I don't still talk to them. No. So, listen. All right. I gave my daughters more than enough time and more than enough space. So I'm to the point to where I feel like I know it's not me. Janice, Wendy, it's not me. Because how is it that my grandson live in Texas and he come down here for a whole week and y'all let people manipulate y'all from not letting him being able to come by me as his grandmother? Yeah, that's my daughter. So you mean to tell me we gonna keep on playing these games? It been 31 years and y'all still be talking about, oh, she's still talking about, they still playing in my face. They still playing in my face. They still playing games. And let me tell y'all something. There's a lot of people involved in this. And there's a lot of people that I could tell y'all who they is because they all in the spotlights and all that kind of stuff. They're churning in the spotlight. I could get real nasty with this. But I'd be like, you know what, and you know, this that's going on, the stuff that's going on with your children are allowing people to disrespect you like they do. All because of control. All because of somebody controlling them. All because somebody controlling them. You know, so I'm like, so for my birthday, I got 2 phone calls. I got a phone call from both of my sons. So one of my family members like, well, I talked to your daughters, they gonna call you. In my family mind, my family member, oh, they gonna call. But in my mind, I didn't speak it out of my mind. I already knew that them 2 girls that I have, I already knew in my spirit that they wasn't gonna call. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But here we on date July 7th. My birthday was the 3rd. No, I ain't get a call or a text message from neither one of my daughters. So my question is, to y'all, my daughters out there, I don't know what y'all tripping off or what's going on with y'all, but it ain't never that bad. But y'all could treat me the way that y'all treat me. But I gave y'all to God. I gave y'all to God. Because at the end of the day, you mean to tell me it's that bad that y'all can't allow my grandchildren even to pick up the phone and tell your mama happy birthday and just hang up the phone? So you mean to tell me it's bad enough y'all mistreat us and disrespect us and have people thinking I'm such a bad person, a bad mother, but y'all passing that shit down to the next generation? Y'all passing that down to the grandchildren? Wow. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's so many people involved in this situation with me. If I can be on the internet, which a lot of people on TikTok don't really know the whole story because I don't go live as much on TikTok as I go on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. But if a lot of y'all will hear my story, started from day one with this man who I was married to, this man who I was in love with, this man who is with a woman that almost unalived me. This woman, I told this woman I forgive her for what she did to me. Because she did what she did to me. I put my hands on her. She almost unalived me, but all the while she was sleeping with my husband. And now everybody make it seem like, oh, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. And that was the man that I was married to. So what makes me the bad guy? You know, and all y'all women out there, all y'all women won't take sides and be like, well, and she shouldn't have never put her hand on that woman. A lot of y'all not even married to men, and y'all go out there head first behind her being a side chick. Oh, but I'm the bad guy because I put my hands on her because she smiled and grinned in my face, and I don't mess with your husband, you my girl, and all that kind of stuff there. And I slapped her one time, and then I get pum in the back, and everybody won't clap for her like she ain't did nothing. And then the children go along to get along because the daddy got money and he got a controlling spirit. So since he got a controlling spirit, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad when you got children that you love and you're trying to save them from destroying their life because the Bible manifests itself. I know the words say, honor thy mother, thy father, or thy days will be longer. And it also say, don't provoke your kids. For the ones out there, I never did nothing to provoke my children. Never. For the ones who out there who want to say, oh, the other generations are the ones who won't go along to get along and say, oh, well, you must have did something. In their mind, you did something other than being a good parent that I was. Before the wheelchair, I was a good mother. In the wheelchair, I was a damn good mother. The wheelchair ain't stopped me from being the mother that I was to my children. How about that? The wheelchair ain't never stopped me from being the mother that I was. And then when I sit down and I think, and I saw this other mother on there, she crying her heart out, and she just crying and saying all that she did for her kids. And I was like, you know what? That's going to be my topic for tomorrow. So to a lot of y'all mothers out there, don't let your children destroy your life. Don't let your children send you to the third floor, which they said the third floor is the mental ward we had in New Orleans. Don't let your children destroy your life by stressing and worrying. I've been there. I've done that. I'm no longer going to stress and worry about things that's out of my control. But if my daughters would have came to me and say, Mama, we love you, but we don't like when you be on the internet. So let me say this. So they not like when I'm on the internet telling my life story? Or is the part that they don't like that when they try to embarrass me in public around their friends and I expose them on the internet? So fair exchange ain't no robbery. Y'all can try to degrade me and make me look bad in public, but y'all don't want me to make y'all look bad on the internet. Thank you, Queen. I'm just saying. So they got all these people. And what I learned is that my biggest critics and my biggest haters is in New Orleans. See, they think they know my story in New Orleans. They think they know everything that happened and all that, and they don't. Because not one person, whenever I come on the internet, I don't add nothing and I don't take nothing away from my story. So they think they know when they really don't know. That part right there, Trina. Even the people that's in New Orleans think they know and they don't know. Well, since I was such a bad woman and y'all think y'all know, why when I be telling the story, the same story I told, the same thing, whatever happened to me 31 years ago, I'm telling the same story. Why nobody never say, oh, she lying? Ain't none of that like that. She lying about everything she talking about. How? Why? What reason I have to lie about anything that happened to me? But I will tell y'all this. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from telling my story. And since y'all want to play with me, I'm just gonna tell everything. When I get on a big talk show, I'm just gonna let all y'all have it. Since everybody think they know the story, no, y'all knew what I want y'all to know, but it's more to the story. It's more to the story. So in y'all mind, delusional mind, y'all thinking, oh, she told that before. No, I didn't. This stuff got more people involved than what y'all realize. All these people is involved in being against me. All these people is fighting against me. This one little lady in the wheelchair. All y'all is caught up in y'all emotions and y'all feelings by me telling my truth, living in my truth, being transparent, taking accountability. Thank you, Paula. They caught up in their emotions and their feelings because I'm exposing the truth. It's all kind of connections that's going on. It's all kind of stuff that's going on. And at the end of the day, they lied to the younger generation. Now that I'm still alive, I'm telling the truth about their lies, their deception. They want people to continue to believe their lies about me. I can tell you about me better than anybody. I can tell you about me better than anybody. And they don't want the truth to be out. Because when you got money in a city, a small city, where everybody know everybody, they go along to get along. So they don't want nobody. Not one time I ever came on the internet and said my ex-husband's name. I never said Miss Thing name who almost unalived me. I never said a lot of people's name. So if I'm so messy, why I never pointed them out? But they got other people on a picture with them. They got other people showing them. But the minute I speak about something, they got a problem. See, a lot of them problem is they dislike me for their own personal reason. And all these people that team up against me, I ain't never did all. So you mean to tell me all y'all mad? All y'all dislike me? Wow, that's a lot of dislike. But one thing for sure, I ride alone. I don't need no entourage. I don't need nobody to validate me to make me look good. Y'all got money and the power. I got Jehovah in the power. Ain't nobody gonna play with me. Ain't nobody gonna put their hands on me. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. I'm just saying. But y'all mad because I'm exposing the truth with all of y'all. I don't know what that is. That glow. I don't know. I ain't wearing nothing. I don't have nothing on my skin. Nothing. That's probably the I don't know what that is. I don't wear makeup or none of that. I don't have nothing on. Donna, I have nothing on. No nothing. I guess that's just, I don't know. whatever the little filter thing come with this. But I said that to you out there, to you mother out there, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You did everything you could possibly do. Things are out of our control. When you did everything that you can do, guess what? You can't do no more. I didn't send messages, tell my daughters I love them, tell them if I did anything to offend them, I'm sorry. But I go to thinking and I say, you know what, Ann? You ain't got to say you sorry not one more time. Because ain't like my daughter don't know this lady almost unalive her mama. Ain't like she don't know this. So whatever kind of stronghold the enemy got on our kids, all we could do is pray for them. And if they don't ever get it together and they keep on thinking that they ain't going to get that back, we got to fall back and let them bump their head. I just ask God to have mercy on mine. I just ask God, have mercy on their soul. Have mercy on their soul, but you got to reap what you sow. When you got children, y'all children going to give y'all the same, going to dish out the same thing y'all dish out to y'all parents. Y'all children going to give it back to y'all. Some of y'all going to get it double. Some of y'all, you ever saw stuff on the news and it happened and you be like, damn, why somebody this happened to their child, or why this happened and this and that. See, we be on the outside looking in. And we don't know. Right. We don't know what stuff that happened in that family, in that generation before. So by us being on the outside, see, the only difference between me and a lot of people, I could tell y'all what's going on in my life. Because I'm a public figure. A lot of people that saw me all on the internet, but they don't know my whole story. They don't know how I wound up getting in the wheelchair. They don't know I was married and the man was cheating on me with the young lady I grew up around. And she almost unalived me. And he filed for a divorce and divorced me. And I never signed divorce papers. And I never knew anything about the divorce until after. And I remember my grandmother telling me that there's no way possible he could have got a divorce. And I said, I ain't worrying about it. But now that everything coming back to my memory, I said, well, damn, I know how I am. And I'm going to be real with y'all. So you done did all this to me. You done played games. You done did this and did that. Most definitely would have got spouse support. I wouldn't have second guessed about spouse support. I would have got spouse support. All right, you get a divorce. All right, since you want a divorce, you're gonna pay me for my years and my tears and all my wasted years. Yay. So, and I just say, and all these people that's still trying to hurt me. Y'all got good jobs and all of that. Y'all LPNs, registered nurses and all that kind of stuff there. And y'all deal with people. How can you say you love people as a doctor, a nurse, and all of that when you know how to throw the rock and hide your hand? And let me tell you something. I don't understand how some people could go in the field of being a doctor or a nurse or caring for people when you don't even like people. So some people got a job for the money. It ain't for compassion. It ain't for love. It's just this type of job I got because that's what pays the bills. How can all these women be around my daughters and my children and not think about, well, damn, that could be me? Because you know why they don't think about that could be them? Because they don't want to think about it because it's me. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, Queen. They don't want to think about it because it's me. The majority of the people that come on my live from New Orleans, they come on to hear what I'm talking about. And then they be like, oh, she talking about that. Yeah, I'm talking about that. But at the end of the day, I'm talking to the people who ain't never heard my story. See, they got billions of people around the world who never heard this story. And it's more to the story. And they keep getting gooder and gooder, because if they never give me nothing to talk about, I will have nothing to talk about. How about that? And then I'm not the only one dealing with this. The ones who don't like me, they dealing with it too. You know, and when you got all these people that team up against you, that's why I'm a loner. I got people that I love and people love me, but at the end of the day, I stay my distance and I sit back and I watch, because it's a lot of cutthroat stuff that's going on in the world. She went to jail twice. Did she ever get some time? Nah. We had a jury trial. The judge chose not to give her a jury trial, so he put it in the jury's hand. And they say I slapped her. So when I slapped her, that gave her the right. I wasn't a threat. I had my back turned. I walked away from the situation. It was two of them. It was one of me. Corruption. New Orleans is corrupted. Most definitely corrupted. You got a little money. You got some change. You can get off by unaliving somebody if you know the right person. I'm just saying. And I ain't just saying this because that happened to me. I ain't just saying that. I'm saying that is that a lot of people go along to get along. They go along to get along. If this person got it like that, and you know, when you out there and you got a name for yourself and you got money, you got the young block boys that's gonna ride for you. You got the women that's gonna ride for you. You got your little side chicks that's gonna ride for you, that you probably be buying them, you know, the little weave and the little name brand purses and clothes and all that. So you done bought all these people. And all these people riding with you because you got power in their mind. Right. So in their mind, the husband got power and control. But over here, I got Jehovah. And that's worth more than money. That's why I'm still alive. See what I'm saying? And you would think that my ex-husband would talk to our children, and be like, you know, that's not right. The way you treat your mama is not right. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, if dad had did it to him, I'd be like, you know what? You ain't finna treat your daddy like that. In spite of whatever went on between him and I, it's still not right. That's who I am. That's what I'm saying. That's who I am. Yeah. So everybody, like, you know, and people say, oh, well, she was not nice and this and that. Now, mind y'all, coming up as a young girl, I was a fighter. I would fight a woman, but a man, I ain't fighting no man. No man, I ain't fighting no man. But a woman, I don't need a weapon, a pium. I ain't need to do none of that to a woman. Hey, queen. But a man, so they try to portray her to be the good girl and me to be the bad girl. So if I was such a bad girl and everybody felt like I was such a bad girl, me, myself, if I know a woman is married and I know her, what type of woman she is, right? And if she's so-called a bad woman, I don't think I want to mess with her husband unless I'm ready for some drama. So she already knew who I was. She already knew the type of person I was. If I was such a bad person, why I never did nothing to all his other girlfriends that I called him by one other girl house? Why I never did nothing to none of them, since I was so much of a, like the sister said, I was notorious. I ain't never unalived nobody, but why, if I was so notorious, why nobody else wasn't scared of me? Why on this particular female, people, oh, that guy was scared of you. She wasn't that scared. She was with him. And I saw him several times. I'm riding up the highway and I look over and they're in the car next to me. I didn't chase him down then. See what I'm saying? So people be saying stuff and they really, really don't know what they be talking about. But at the end of the day, I had to live with this for 31 years. And you would think if they wouldn't have never played with me, I wouldn't be on the internet having this conversation. Because at one time, I didn't even come to the internet and talk about this at all. But since they be playing with me and they want to post pictures and post videos of him and her on TikTok and all that kind of stuff, they're like putting it in my face. I'm going to keep on talking about it. I'm going to keep on talking. Until you women out there that say, oh, I was wrong and all that kind of stuff, there. Okay, that's your opinion. You entitled to your opinion. But at the end of the day, how you going to bring a pim to a fist fight? And it wasn't really no fist fight. It was like slap. What you call me? It was one of them. So it's okay. I'm still here. It's okay. In 31 years, they still together. He was in jail for 12 years. He been home like 7, 8 years, 9 years or whatever. And it is what it is. But at the end of the day, why still keep a mess and confusion with our children? Why everybody else could be around the grandchildren? They posting picture with him, her, the grandchildren, and the children. So y'all got all the grandchildren, him, her, and the children, and they posting it all on the internet because they want me to see it. So since everybody want me to see it, I see it. But what they think they're gonna make me lose my mind? No, it's just gonna make me talk about it more. It's gonna make me talk about it more because at the end of the day, y'all playing in my face and y'all still thinking this game. Thank you, Queen. Yeah, well, a lot of people saying you blame him 100%. Yeah, you blame him too. You blame her too because she smiled and grinned in my face. So y'all just gonna blame him? Yeah, he played the major part. He played the major part because he still was messing with me, and I still, with my dumb self, still was allowing him to sleep with me, knowing that he still was cheating on me. So I take accountability myself. I'm just a woman that was in love with a man that she was married to and still sleeping with him, knowing he was sleeping with her too. How about that? So even though they did what they did, he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? And I think about a lot of things. I say, you know what? If he wouldn't have never did what he did, I wouldn't be in a lot of situations that I am now. Right. So I think about all that. I think about, you get those little thoughts, if I shoulda, woulda, coulda, I shouldn't have never, got with him and all that. You think about all that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You can't go back in time. You can't change. If I had to do it all over again, I would have just walked away. I would have just like, you know what? Yeah. But at the end of the day, he didn't divorce me when I was walking. He didn't ask me for a divorce when I was walking. But you wait till I get to my lowest, where I almost lost my life, and then you go and divorce me without me knowing. Thank you, Queen. So at the end of the day, he divorced me when I was at my lowest, and then, all right, I'm in a wheelchair, and it's different phases that you go through being in a wheelchair. Thank y'all, Queen. Being in a wheelchair. Being in a wheelchair is not really easy. It be complicated sometimes, but you got to take it in stride. And that's what I do. Right. Thank you, Queen. You take it in stride, but it's almost like people want to see me suffer. You know what I'm saying? What you say? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. What you say? Ask me again. I'm sorry. I'm on 3 different platforms and they ask me questions on this one, that one, and that one. But ask me again. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to ignore nobody. But when you get caught up in your emotions and stuff like that, and you go to thinking about stuff, I'm in a wheelchair and it has been for 4 years. There's something happened recently. No, it's not like it's always something. My grandson was down here for a whole week. And I thought maybe I would get a chance to see him because he came down here last week. But he was by his other grandmother, which is friends with the young lady who almost unalived me. So even though it's okay for him to go by the other grandmother, but they didn't allow him to come by me. Even though he's 16, they still have control over his life. See what I'm saying? And then, you know, by my birthday being July the 3rd, you know, I thought maybe my daughters, you know, was going to probably unblock me or send me a text message or say, Mama, happy birthday or something like that. Even if they didn't pick up the phone and call me, okay, you ain't called me. But not sending a text message or saying nothing, the situation happened, but it's mostly you into the woman you are today to other women who had it. Right. So thank you, Queen. So it's like, all right, say like I'm moving on, right? I didn't move on and I don't worry about it. So I can be strolling on social media, whatever, and people follow me that follow them, right? So if they get a whiff of this picture, you know, somebody didn't post a picture of her singing to him on her birthday and his birthday, you know what I'm saying? And they'll post it where I can see it. You know, and they be with all the mess and confusion. I'd be like, you know what? In my mind, I'd be saying they better leave me alone because it's too much that I know for them to play with me. I know a lot about a lot of people, and they started be playing with me, and I'd be saying, it's too much that I know. I'd be saying, they better leave me alone. Thank you, Queen. All of them have social media. All of them have social media. All of them be on social media. All of them. They throw the rock and hide their hand. All of them. Let me tell you something about people be saying that certain people, because I don't do social media. They threw it through fake pages and other people. How about that? All of them have social media. How they know so much be going on with me if they don't have it? Right. Right, Java. But they don't, even if, let me tell y'all something. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on all the social media platforms. And they got people that they deal with. They got people that I deal with. Mind you, all us was raised in the same neighborhood. All us know all the same people. Whenever they do something or say something, the people they be around, if I would listen to people be trying to come back and tell me stuff that he be saying and they be saying, they tell me stuff that she say to certain people that she don't think I don't. Let me tell you something. I cut a lot of people off because when you bring a bone, if you bring the bone to me, what you say? If you come try to tell me what they say, what you say? So I don't listen to people. I don't care what they say, but when I don't listen to people, I be on social media. I be on social media a lot. So what they do is, let me tell you the games they play. Most people have 2 different social media names. They got the real names and they got the fake names. But let me tell y'all how this game goes. All these people that's friends with me on my platforms is not private. So they block me from saying certain things. Like, say like if they're friends with them and friends with me. So they have 2 different pages. I got a page where Ann can see this, and I got a page where Ann can't see that. See what I'm saying? But still, for some apparent reason, the stuff that they don't want me to see is still surface, and somebody allowed me to see it. Even though they try to block certain, like, well, you know, like when you make your pages and all that, you can block Ann from seeing all your other friends and all that kind of stuff there. But some people, if some of your friends and they'll say you and Ann got mutual friends, you can tell who friends are my friends. And I can tell, right, friends are your friend. So what they do is they'll post stuff Out of all the people, somebody gonna post where I can see it. Out of everybody in the little click, what they don't know is when somebody shares certain things, it's gonna surface. Just like they do it to me, they do it to them too. So a lot of people be with that. They don't have social media. Yeah, bring the bone, Elizabeth. They don't have social media. It could be a person that don't have a page. It could be my ex don't have a page, but somebody close to him got a page. And I guarantee you, somebody telling him everything that's going on. Every time I go live, any topic, anything I'm talking about, I guarantee you they tell it to him without a doubt. I'm not going to say who they are. If Miss Ann won't say it, she will let you know. So at the end of the day, I know the games we play, but so it be people. Let me tell y'all something. It be people that I didn't been good to. Wait. Let me say this. None of this really wasn't going on. My ex-husband been gone for 12 years. 12 years. After he wound up getting busted with the children in the car, with my children in the car, our children in the car. He wound up getting 12. He had 13 years. He done 12 years. Everything was fine and dandy with me and my children. I kid y'all. No lie. He missed his children graduation. He missed his children playing softball, football, basketball. He missed the most important factors of his children's life. Had an after party. He missed all that. And the whole while he was gone for them 12 years, me and my kids were just fine. And when he came home, it's like all hell broke loose. It's like, I understand LaCorey, that's his only biological son. My daughter, my children is his only children. I understand, y'all, that they wanted a relationship with their father. It's understandable. But for y'all to turn y'all back on me because y'all trying to make up for lost time, the time that he wasn't there, y'all could never get back. Never. He wasn't here when his children graduated. He was on the streets when her two boys graduated, which is his stepchildren by marriage, but he wasn't there for his children when they graduated. I guess they're trying to catch up for lost times. Yeah, they grown. I guess they're trying to catch up for lost time. And catching up for lost time meaning turning your back on the mother after he divorced you 2 year week time and gonna try to catch up. Right. He divorced me. I never knew nothing about the divorce. I was like, you know what? They mad at me because I'm telling my story. They mad at me, disgrace, right? Because I'm telling my story. Let me tell y'all something. Yeah, let me tell y'all something. If I was the one to go alone and get along, see, God take care of me. And the other part of that story, I'm not going to tell y'all because it's more to the story. Because me and him, they had a conversation. Now, don't get me wrong. Since I've been in a wheelchair, me and him had conversations. And we was getting along at one time. But Miss Thing don't want that to be. Miss Thing will play that role like it's all good. When I told her and I saw her and I said, yeah, we're going to get along for the grandchildren. I pushed all that aside, my feelings aside and all that. And she said, okay, but she ain't really meant that. Miss Thing don't want me and him to have a relationship with our children. Miss Thing wants to be in control, and she don't want us to have a relationship. You don't want us to have a relationship, but it was okay for his ex to get on the stand in your behalf against me. But since I'm the only baby mama and the ex-wife, the problem lies with me. And I'm not going to tell y'all a word of lie. I do not. What's going on? Girl, this phone here be on some trip stuff for real. I ain't lying. They just want you to get a new phone. That's what that is. For real. People want you. Wait, y'all. I'm trying to fix the phone because this is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous. for these phones to act like that after you didn't pay all your money for these phones. It's ridiculous for these phones to do that to you. You got to make it make sense. But do y'all honestly think I like talking about this every day of my life? But this is my life. This is my everyday life. And I be like, and sometimes I be like, can they just leave me alone? But seem like to me, they still doing the same thing they've been doing. They still want to pick. They still want to poke. And I'm not supposed to respond. I'm not supposed to respond to nothing they do. I'm not supposed to respond to nothing they say. I'm supposed to just go sit in the corner and just look stupid, which ain't gonna happen. Not at all. Not at all. I'm tired of being the one always forgiving. I'm not one. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm always the one asking for forgiveness, and I'm the one always being mistreated. So why I'm always apologizing for doing nothing? I'm apologizing for doing nothing. Y'all can't hear me? What is on? It's on 24 hours a day. You are a threat to it. Yes. Yes. Most definitely is. So you can hear now? No. So it's the phone. So tomorrow, I guess I got to go see about getting me another phone because this phone is playing all kind of games. It goes out and I be losing all, my likes and views and all that. But I guess I got to go get another phone. But, y'all, I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's not me. It's not me. I try to get along with everybody. And much as I love my grandchildren, and I do love my children. But I'm not going to let them keep on making me feel some type of way. When your children make you feel like if you unalive the day of tomorrow, it don't matter to them. That's sad. Right, Queen. It's sad when your children treat strangers and other people that was never there for them in their life better than they treat you, and you gave them life. Not only gave them life, you gave them a damn good life. It's sad. But my crying days is over. Those days, those 90 days, 90 nights, damn near almost 365 days crying. I don't have no more tears. Cry for what? You think by 931 years, all this shit will be like it's the same old shit, just a different day and a different year. The same old shit day after day, day after day, day after day. It's a lot of stuff that I can tell y'all, and I could call names and I could tell y'all who did this and all that kind of stuff there, because they still playing games. And then they put a little smirk on their face like, yeah, we did that. And I'd be like, okay, y'all did that, but watch what Jehovah do to y'all. How could you be a grandma and be like, you got so much power, you got so much control? Girl, you ain't got no control over that. You ain't got no power. You gonna cry many days and many nights because God gonna hit you with hurt. So I'm just saying, and do things that I see my every day, At the end of the day, it's no way possible. Not in my wildest dream. I never thought that. I thought I had my little grandchildren running around the house touching stuff, me telling them put that down, them asking me can they have this and have that. I thought I have a whole bunch of toys and all that around the house and all that baby dolls and all that. That's what my thought was. On FaceTime, well, welcome to the club, Queen. Welcome to the club. At least my little granddaughter, she called and FaceTiming. you know, and say, Mama, happy birthday. At least my little granddaughter, you know, the people who, you know, got feelings, got compassion, got love, you know, people that really know, you know, and I ain't gonna lie, my daughters, my children know about the word of God. You only see yours on FaceTime? Wow, Granny. My children know about the word of God. They know wrong from right. But my daughters, I be praying and I be saying, Lord, have mercy on these souls. How could you do that to a mother that really, really love y'all? I love my daughters. And I ain't never did them nothing. All I did was ask my daughter a question. Was she having a baby shower? And she went ham. Wow. She went ham. All that because I said, you having a baby shower? And she said, yeah, and you not invited. My dad and them giving it. So that means every time your dad and them give something, they're going to make sure they give stuff because Miss Thing acting like she can't be around me. You know, Miss Thing act like when she see me, and y'all, mind y'all, a lot of people that's on here that not from New Orleans or whatever, New Orleans is small. So when I go out and I go different places, I don't drink, I don't do nothing. I run into him and her. And whenever she see me and she with him, she'll hurry up and grab him. Or hurry up and grab him around his arm. And I'll be like, in my mind, so what you grabbing him like that for? Girl, why you trying to make people think that you threatened by me? And why is you grabbing him like that? Because it's been 31 years and I ain't never did you nothing from what you did to me. So why would you run and grab him like if try to make it seem like you afraid of me? Come on now, let's be real. It's been 31 years. It's not like she don't know me. She didn't been around me, so she know, girl, I'm not gonna do you nothing. I love my children and my grandchildren too much for me to set myself up to go to women's prison because of you. Now you gonna do it to yourself. Thank you, Queen. So at the end of the day, I'm so sorry going through what you are going through when it comes to your grandkids. Yeah, because at the end of the day, how I feel is like, you know, y'all will almost want to say, why? Yeah, want people to think I still want him. At the end of the day, you know, when it first happened, you know, in the beginning, it first happened, I still had love for him. It still was hurting. I ain't gonna lie. It took a long time for me to really get over the fact that he did what he did. And then he divorced me after she did what she did. So I'll be lying if I tell y'all that shit didn't hurt. I would never do that to my mother. I really get New Orleans people on my life, right? I would never come on the internet and make y'all feel like, oh, I'm good at two shoes. And I never, yeah, my heart was hurting for many years. Yeah, they different. For many years. Just imagine how long it took me to get over this. And then just imagine how I try to go on with my life with somebody else. Grant the fact that, you know, I wind up with the, you know, the alphabets with somebody else thinking that my life was gonna be better. Or you go through shit with your girls too? But the disrespect is real. And you think the older people that be around them will speak up for you? No, they ain't gonna speak up for you. Because you know what they say? Oh, they ain't got nothing down. I'm gonna mind my business. Yeah, people do hate the truth. It's people saying, oh, I'm gonna mind my business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But it could take one person, one real person, one real woman, a man, a guy to say, let me say this. I know how you feel about your parents. I know how you feel about your mom. But at the end of the day, you can forgive a woman who almost unalived your mama, but you can't forgive your mama for whatever reason you feel like you feel. I ain't never did nothing that bad but say how I feel. And you still holding the grudge? You still holding the grudge because of me speaking my mind about what happened to me 31 years ago? In a wheelchair, he married the woman who shot you and got your kids turned on you. Right. But people will be like, oh, well, I done heard some of the most stupidest shit. She wants somebody to feel sorry for her. Did I ever ask y'all for anything? I'm just saying, did I ever ask y'all for anything? I'm living my life in spite of my imperfection, in spite of my good and my bad days, in spite of my days, some days I cry. I still manage to hold my head up. So I think, why is it that they feel like I want somebody to feel sorry for me? Where and when? You know, it's one thing for, and then my daughter wrote a book. My daughter book, the title of my daughter book is She Painted Her Own Reality. She fought her daddy more at fault than her. Okay, that's understandable. If you want to fault your daddy, but it takes two. I fought him. He the creator. He started it. And she knew better too. So, in other words, my daughter not really holding her accountable. No. My daughter book called She Painted Her Own Reality. I painted my own reality. And then the stuff that she said in the book about me and the things that I used to do and all that. Okay, you saying I used to do this and do that or whatever. Like, I almost went to jail for stealing and all that. Did, because at the end of the day, stealing for y'all. Yeah. So some of the things in her book, I said she should have came to me and asked me certain questions, because at the end of the day, how you, out of your whole book, how you going to try to make me look like the bad guy? How you going to try to make me look bad? Anything I did for my children, however I did it, oh, well, y'all wouldn't want for nothing. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how y'all didn't want for nothing. However I get it, however I got it, whatever I had to do to get it, I got it. I'm just saying. Well, we always, the good mothers, we always painted as the bad mother. You don't know my mama. You don't know that lady. Y'all know we be, you don't know my mama. You don't know that lady. My daughter got a master's. My daughter graduated from college. My daughter is so smart till she dumb at the same time. She's so smart till she dumb at the same time. Because you can be book smart, but you got to have street smart to go with it. She's a beautiful, smart girl. Because on her daddy's side, them some smart people. Unlike me, I'm not book smart, but we gonna eat and we gonna survive. So we gonna take your head and my street sense and we gonna survive. If my daughter, you put her out there in the desert, she ain't gonna eat. She gonna read. You put me in the desert, we gonna eat. We gonna eat what we need to survive with. And it's a lot of young men and young women like that. They book smart. They think they know everything. They don't want to tell them nothing about their children because they think they know everything. You live in Chicago, girl, I'm coming up there. My aunties and uncles live up there. I'm coming up there. I'm going to hit you up when I get up there. They say come up there and go on Canal Street. You can go shopping. But anyway, my other daughter. All right, Boston in the building. High educated always put these people on high heel. Right. My other daughter, I don't know she'll go along to get along. Cause I'm like, what I ever did, you know what, y'all? If I had my way, I would love to get them on a talk show with me. And I would love to ask each one of them, what is your problem with me? What is your problem with me? Because we was good, even though we had a little falling out or whatever. And my family, you're in Indiana in the building, my family, and my family members, the ones who really, really love me, they stopped talking to me because they say, don't say nothing about her children. So that my family, right, yeah, my family was mad with me because they said, I don't like nobody to talk about my children. But y'all don't like nobody to talk about your children either. So my family stopped talking to me because they don't like the way my children treat me. And they feel like, Miss Ann, you should write a book. It's in process. My family, I had to look at it both ways. Like, I love my family, and my family love me, and my mama loved me. And my mama, even though we have all the difference, but I would never treat my mama the way they treat me, right? And they feel like, oh, well, your mama treat you and treat us some type of way. They feel like I should turn my back on my mama the way they turn their back on me. I would never do that. I would never do that. But at the end of the day, my family stopped speaking to me because they feel like you're going to keep on letting them mistreat you like that and treat you some type of way. So, and they feel like that. Me and my family just got back talking because I didn't want them saying nothing about my children, and it's, it put me in a bad situation because my sisters and my brothers, they come in 10 toes behind me. But when it's your children, that's a whole different situation. God bless my sister that passed away. My sister wanted to fight my daughter. Like, you ain't gonna play with my sister like that. My sister literally wanted to fight my daughter from mistreating me, And at the end, my sister would have, got into it. I was gonna take off from my sister because you was wrong. Even though my sister not here anymore, but I know without a shadow of doubt, my sister was gonna beat her ass. My sister, you ain't gonna play with my sister. That's why I feel some type of way. My sister is M-Line's mother, Sunshine. And Sunshine didn't play, and she ain't treat them like they her friend. She said, nah, y'all my nieces and nephew at the end of the day, but y'all not gonna play with my sister. Wrong or right. She'll tell me when I'm wrong, but she still coming head first behind her sister. And I feel the same way about her. Even by my sister still not being here, I'm still going head first behind my sister. I ain't gonna let nobody disrespect my sister or play with my sister in no kind of way by saying things that's not true about my sister, whether she here or not. But y'all don't think I get tired of talking about this all the time? Thank you, Queen. But I gotta talk about it because right. But they started playing games. Now, nobody could have never told me that when my grandbaby came down here last week, I wasn't gonna see him. So you mean to tell me he came down here, y'all flew him in and y'all flew him out without saying you won't spend one day with your grandma? Yeah, James had a close relationship with his mama. Yes, indeed. I can post some pictures where he on a picture with his mama, and let me tell y'all something about life. People say they did stuff and say stuff about the dead, that people that's no longer here, that a person that's unalive can't talk. So a person could say, oh, they did anything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to talk about it. I know what happened. I know M-Line James, my nephew, was with my sister, and I know all my sister did for her children. But when my sister felt like, she wanted to let him go by his grandma, and that's what she did. But she did raise her children. We did. I love my nephew, but again, the younger generation, they don't want you to tell them nothing. They don't want you to tell them nothing about their children. So at the end of the day, when you show me who you is, and I feel like you could be disrespectful, I fall back. I love my nieces and my nephew, but I'm not going to let them disrespect me. I'm not going to let them play with me with their little so-called friends out there. Hey, Penny, if you want to be disrespectful around people and you want to pass me up and act like you don't speak to me and all that kind of stuff there, I know how to act like I don't know you either. And that goes with my sisters, my brothers, my nieces, my nephew. If they out in the street and they want to act some type of way, oh, well, it is what it is. But I'm the bigger person. But if you act like when you around all your posse and you around your clique and all that, and you act like you don't see me, oh, well, it is what it is. But they know one thing about me, I'm very outspoken. You could be with your little partners and don't speak, and I'll be like, what's up? Yeah. So, I could be out there and I see my nieces and nephews and I'd be like, what's up? And when they around their little posses and all that, because they didn't lie to their little posse, like they wasn't around us and all that, man, all my nieces and nephews, even my brother's children, and my brother got almost 30 children, all of them know me. I did for almost all of them. Yeah, Corey and his brother, like my oldest son is low key. He don't be with all that. And when they go to talking about his mama, he don't play that shit. So my oldest son, he don't be a part of all that. What you say, Janet? They don't want your godson around it. He gonna tell you some stuff. Right. But he called me today. And Janice, when he called me today, he said, Mama, I ain't gonna disclose what me and him talk about. And I was like, well, find out, call me. I don't want to treat my grandson some type of way because of the things that they forcing him to do. My grandson is 16 years old. In a minute, he's going to be able to make his own decision. He going to be able to come by his grandma. He going to be able to, whatever I have for him or whatever is on the side. But they trying to control my grandson by, having him around people that got it going on and all that, trying to buy him, his love and all that kind of stuff. But God going to show up and show out, because I think that was totally out of order for him to be down here a whole week and they not even allow and say, well, you want to go spend one day with your grandma. But it's okay. It's okay. I tried helping my daughter with her son, and he ended up with a felon last year. Wow. But you know what? Y'all, I pray a lot, and when God elevates you, right? When God elevates you and God separates you from a lot of people, I can tell y'all, like today, my phone rung like twice. The other grandmother is wrong too. That part right there, Tawana, that part. She know exactly what, because she friends with the other girl, the one who unalived me. She friends with her. So they think they controlling, and they have a controlling spirit that they trying to come against me. But it's all good. Right. It's so many of them, y'all. It is so many of them. It's so many women, and even much they husbands and their old mans stop speaking. It had nothing to do with them. And I know stuff about their husbands and their old man, and I just be keeping my mouth shut while they trying to play games with me. Girl, I know shit about your husband that I could tell you. But that ain't my business. But I asked them to stop playing with me. She could have just said, I know that's wrong, so let me bring him by you for a few. She ain't that. I could have went picked him up. I didn't brought him to her and met at McDonald's. I ain't trying to pull up at nobody's house. We ain't like that. We just share the same grandson. Like I brought him to you. You could have met me at McDonald's and said, you can go spend time with your grandma for her birthday. All these people trying to have power over me. They're trying to have power over me with my grandchildren. And it's so sad, because one day those children, I'm still going to be here. I might be older, but I'm going to get an opportunity, and them same children might run away to come by their grandma. Them same children going to look for me and you, Janice. They're going to look for us. Trust me, Sandra. Trust me, they're going to look for me. And I'm going to be able to sit down and tell them all the years and the tears that I cried for y'all. I always wanted to be around my oldest son don't have no children. My oldest son don't have. If my oldest son had a child, he's 42 years old, he don't have no children. I wouldn't be going through this with that grandchild. But Corey, our youngest son, he do allow me to see my grandchildren. But my grandchildren have never been around me for a long length of time. They don't never come by my house, stuff like that. And hey, cousin, hey, Cent, I love you more. They don't come by my house, none of that. But at the end of the day, those children got to get big. And once they get big, they going to realize. See, like, I got one little nephew. My brother's son, he's young. He a young teenager. Nobody don't have to tell him, call your auntie. My little nephew Rico, he calls me every other day and say, auntie, I just was calling you to tell you I love you. Nobody don't have to tell him, Rico, you call your auntie? That child called me, and sometimes he'll call me. I say, what you want, $20 on Cash App? He say, no, auntie, I'm just calling to check on you. Yeah, my oldest son, he ain't in no relationship. He don't have no kids. You know, he see a lot of these females out here, they don't really want nothing. You know, they like guys that abuse them and all that. My oldest son, he low key. You know, I be trying to find him a girlfriend. I'm just saying, because he a good dude. But he ain't gonna let nobody play with his mom. He ain't gonna let nobody, if they try to talk about me, the other siblings, he'll say, well, if mama was so bad, where I was, because I helped her with y'all. So if mama mistreated y'all, and y'all telling people that our mama was so bad, where I was. Nope. My son just be by himself, low key. My son don't be with nobody. But it's okay. I pray every day. And, you know, I don't know what it's going to take for my daughters to come around. But it is what it is. Yeah, he's staying up for, yeah. But if we ever was on a big talk show and we could say, it's my big boy right there, it's my young boy right there, it's my young daughter right there, and it's my older daughter right there. You 41 with no kids. So hey girl. So if all us, I would love to be face to face with my daughters. And I would love to hear exactly what is their real reason for mistreating me. I know it's a whole bunch of lies. I know I would be like, can you just stop lying? Is we in 35, no relationship. I have to find. You too, Tawana. So I would love to be in front of both of my daughters and say, what is the problem? What is the problem? Thank you. What is the problem? I would love to know, Jasmine, Fashion Bug, what is your problem? What is your problem with me? And why you, well, I didn't heard through the grapevine. Some people down the line say, my daughter said, I favor the two younger ones over her. Huh? So I'm gonna be real with you and be honest. I never favored my younger kids over her because it was times where their dad bought a whole lot of stuff for them and I didn't brought stuff back for them to make sure she had the same thing that they had. It got so bad to the point to where the dad of the other children knew I was bringing stuff back, so they started taking the tags off because they know I was gonna make sure all the children had. Since you bring clothes for Corey and Corianne, you ain't bring clothes for nobody else in the house. Some of that going back so I could get stuff for her too. So everybody got equal. Ain't nobody gonna be left out. So people say, Jeremy say, oh, well, you don't know my mama and all that. And then, you know, like, no. So then it'd be like the young lady who made my dresses. She told me, she said, your daughters told me not to make nothing for you. No, all of him. 2 and 2, he got 2. The 2 last one have the same daddy. Thank you, Queen. But the young lady who made my dress when I went to the ball, who made my dresses and messed some of my stuff up, she said, yeah, don't say nothing, but I'm going to tell you, your daughter told me don't make nothing for you. And I say that again. She said, your daughter told me not to make nothing for you. So in my mind, I said, why would my daughter tell you not to make nothing for me? Yeah. No, my oldest daughter, her father passed away. It's been 2 years now, passed away. And my oldest son, his dad is still around. But why would you tell a seamstress, don't make nothing for your mama? Well, I ain't know we was in competition. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The older daughter is a fashion designer. She love fashion. But she get it from her mama. And I didn't understand that when the young lady said, yeah, your daughter told me don't make nothing for you. I was like, okay. Well, that's what she said. But you still made it. And you still messed my dress up, but you still made it. A whole stranger, like she got some nerve to be telling just anybody. Right. Oh, like my older daughter live out of town. And my other 3 children, they live in New Orleans. Right, yeah. So the rest of my children, like, I got my older daughter, my oldest son, and my 2 younger. My oldest son is Eric, and then the second one is Jasmine, Fashion Bug, and then the third one is Corianne, and the last one is Corey, All Facts. So thank you, Queen. So it's all of them. But I be trying to understand. Now, mind you, when I was pregnant with Fashion Bug, I was messing with the last 2 daddies while I was pregnant. So, but Fashion Bug and All Facts Corey, they look just alike. And my younger daughter, she looked just like her grandmother, which is her daddy mama. And my oldest son, he looked like me. So all of them got different resemblance. All of them look totally different. The only one that looked more like me is my oldest son. And then the next one that looked more like me, I want to say a lot of people say Corey looked like me, but he really don't to me. And a lot of people say Corey and Fashion Bug look like. Same as me, full and all right. But all of them have different features, So I just be trying to understand, like I told when I talk to my grandson sometime, and if he asks me for Uber Eat or something like that, I say, where your mama? He'll say, oh, she downstairs or something like that. So she know he be on the phone with me and I talk to him, but she'll never tell my mom I say hey and nothing like that. And it's so sad that the children, they know what's going on with the mama, and they caught up in the middle. Now, when I was online and I saw the family portrait, they had my grandson in the family portrait, and they had all the grandchildren, my ex-husband and Miss Thing, and my daughter and her husband, and all of them was in one big family portrait, and they put it where I could see it. So just imagine. But yet and still, they'll say that I'm always talking about what I've been through and the stuff that I deal with. So if y'all wouldn't give me nothing to talk about, I wouldn't have nothing to talk about. I'm going to say it again. So anybody could say, well, she been talking about, but let me tell you something. It's a lot of stuff, a lot more stuff that I haven't talked about. It's a lot more stuff that I can talk about that I haven't talked about just yet. Just yet. Because if I come on the internet and I'm constantly telling this story, the story never changed. So if the story never changed, don't y'all know it's the story. I never lie, I never will lie, and I never have to lie. But to the people that really think they know everything, y'all don't know everything. It's more to the story. It's more mess and confusion. As time go on, they still adding more and more mess. Yeah. They still adding. It's a lot of siblings. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of children that don't even know each other. They don't know each other. A lot of them don't even know each other. And a lot of kids don't be around because of their parents. Like we have a niece. Our niece by Mia X have a daughter for my brother, and we don't see her. But my daughter, which is the one who don't, my baby girl, Mia X is her first cousin. So she see her cousin. So that's her double cousin, you know. But at the end of the day, my niece, Mia X daughter, when she come down here to New Orleans, we don't get a chance to see her because she really don't really be around us like that. So, you know, it is what it is, you know. And then, you know, like my niece, which is Mia daughter, you know, she be a little private. She don't even live here in New Orleans, so we don't get a chance to see her, and she don't talk to us. But it's a lot of, you know, stuff that's going on with the children, with a lot of parents. You're not lying, because my granddaughter is being, she treat me like her mother treat me like, right, Janice. So it's a lot of stuff that y'all don't know, you know, that it be here, say, or whatever. But at the end of the day, Mia X have a son and her daughter is my brother's daughter, you know, and my brother got all these children. And I don't know if it's because he have a lot of children that her daughter don't interact with her siblings and her brother. Not some of them used to talk to her from time to time or whatever, but I don't know if they talk to her from time to time, because I got one nephew. He talked to all his siblings, all his sisters, all his brothers. He talked to all of them. He go and find all of them, and then if he find me, he'll give them my number, or he'll give me their number, and I try to reach out. If they don't reach out back, or well, I did my part. But yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff that y'all really don't know. It's a lot of stuff that y'all don't know. You know, y'all think y'all know, but y'all don't know. A lot of y'all think y'all know the guy who I was married to. That's me, her first cousin. I'm gonna say it again. The guy who I was married to, the first guy I was married to, that is Mia X. That's her first cousin, which is my brother. That's my brother cousin too. One of my younger brothers. That's his cousin. So we all screwed up, all mixed up. And it is what it is, you know. And accept the fact that people gonna be who they are. And like my sister said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Right. It's all screwed up, all messed up. But I'm not gonna have all y'all making me look like the bad guy when all y'all do shady shit y'all damn self. You was wondering how you were a maze in a Jalou. Well, let me tell you that story. I was born a maze. My dad is a maze. My mother is a maze. My mother maiden name is a Spurlock. So my mother have a son for Jaluk. My brother is Bernell Jaluk. My brother and my ex-husband is cousins, right? So my brother is a Jaluk, and I was a Jaluk by marriage. So my mama, my mother, and I, the man my mother had a child for, I was messing with his cousin, which is a Jaluk. And I married a Jaluk. That's how my married name was Jaluk. And my brother biological name is Jaluk. So me and my brother have different daddies, but we was carrying the same last name, right? And then Mia X, that's her first cousin, right? That's a Jaluk. But Mia daughter is my brother Warren's daughter. Y'all got it? Or do I need to say it again? Trust me, and you are not alone in the journey. Several of us have these issues with the children, and they go and they go, yeah, all in the family. Yeah, I've been there going, they go, but you know, therapy for me is when I talk about it, I see you're a Jaluk by marriage, not blood. Yeah, I was a Jaluk by marriage. My brother, which is my biological brother, is a Jaluk by blood. So the guy my mama was dating, I was dating a cousin. But Lil Corey is a maze. No, Lil Corey is a Jaluk. Wait, Lil Corey is a maze. Wait, but Lil Corey is a Mays and a Jaluk by blood. Yeah. Mia X got a daughter by your brother, right? Yeah. Yeah. Mia X got 2 children, a son and a daughter. And a daughter is by my brother. So yeah, Corey is Mays from me, but from his daddy, here's Jaluk. Icon family of both ends, right? So at the end of the day, we all up in there, but at the same time, why is it that so many people is against me? It's a whole lot of people that's against me. And to be honest, I haven't did all these people something. If y'all want to feel some kind of way because I'm on here and I'm telling my story day by day or whatever, and I'm talking about what happened. That part right there. So is Burnell? Yeah, Burnell is my brother. Burnell Jaluk, my brother, who was exonerated and was, incarcerated for 27 years with the Lynn Davis case. Yeah, my brother. That's my brother. Right. So we all up in there. So yeah. So it's like, because a lot of people used to be saying they thought the guy, my brother, was just me saying my brother. You know how you say somebody your brother and they really not your brother? Right. That's really my biological brother. My brother and I share the same name. Right. So a lot of people don't know the ties. Like, so my brother really caught up in the middle. Right. And then here we go at Mia daughter, which is my niece. You know what I'm saying? And so Mia daughter is kin to my brother, double cousins. You could say that. Because her daughter, Mia got a baby for my brother and Mia is cousins. And then Mia got a baby for his brother. Yeah. So that's her uncle, Mia daughter. My brother is Mia daughter, uncle, and her cousin by blood. 17 watching, 11 likes. Nah, 15 watching, 16 likes. That's what it say right there. So y'all, this thing, you've been following me and listening, but it's a lot of things. Girl, you lost? I'm gonna catch you up. Yeah. So she kind of like, in other words, let me say it again. All right. My brother Burnell Jaluk, right? I married my brother's cousin. See, they popping firecrackers again. Why you ain't telling me to wipe my mouth? Y'all be letting me be on here with all kind of stuff all on my mouth and don't say nothing. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Cynthia. But let me say it again. Because somebody said they lost. Yeah, listen. All right. Mia ex-daughter and my brother is cousins. Right? And that's also his niece. Yeah, they out there popping firecrackers. That's also, I didn't even see anything. I'm still doing a math on the Jaluk and the Mays. I'm just saying. So, all right. So my brother he was a Jaluk before I married a Jaluk. Let's say that. So my brother caught in the middle. That's his biological blood family. And I married into my brother's family. I'm just saying. So your husband or a coach. No, that's not my husband. That's his first cousin. The one that was a coach is the ex-cousin. Yeah, Warren daughter. Yeah. So a lot of people be thinking, no, the one that was the coach at Call, that's his first cousin. And they out the same Bernard. Right. But at the time when I was messing with me, a cousin, I knew my brother was a Jaluk, but I didn't think about it like that because both of us, we was young. So I didn't really think about, I just know he wasn't my cousin. I just know that his little cousin was my niece. I didn't even see anything. I'm still doing the math. Thank y'all. Do me a daughter claim to be family. Yeah, but and Mays from Naperville. All right. Yeah, she know we her family. But by her being out of town, living out of town, girl, this is a lie. My father is Leonard Jaluk is your daddy? Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. So they got a family reunion coming up. Mm-hmm. I know the Jaluk's got a family reunion coming up. Do. Mm-hmm. Wow. I know that was your daddy. So yeah, so we all up in there, y'all. And it's like, I done met several people. I met several females that have children. You was talking to your boy. Oh, wow. Oh, that Ashley. I think I heard about you, Ashley, but, I think you was younger. I heard about you. If you're the same person. But anyway, like, y'all, it's one big circle, and they got people that's caught in the middle of certain things. Like, they got people that be cordial, right? They got people that deal with my ex-husband and they don't like what happened, but people still caught up in the middle. And what I love about some people is that they don't take sides. They just mind their business. I can't stop nobody from being, a part of her since he married to her. I can't stop nobody being however people feel. And they got people in this world that don't have nothing to do with what happened. People are just cordial, you know what I'm saying? But they also got people know that what's wrong is wrong and right is right. So they got some people, they're going to speak, but they're going to be cordial. They don't like what happened, but they're not going to show ugliness. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my friend. Hey, Queen. Thank you, Trina. They got people that's like that. I don't expect people to be like, well, I don't want to speak to this person because of what she did to Ann, even though some people feel like that, and know me for real, in their mind, but at the end of the day, if a person been with a person for so long, you don't want to be rude. So they got people that be like, they'll speak or they'll say whatever, but that's not their friend. Right. You don't take no sides, wrong or right. You just mind your business. You take the field. I know what she did was wrong. I know what happened with her and Ann. Hey, hi and bye. I'm not in the middle of that. I ain't got nothing to do with you. I ain't got nothing to do with Ann. That's between y'all, and that's that. I like people like that. He said, what about the family reunion? Not just say, I know they got a family reunion coming up. And check this out. The family reunion that they got coming up, my brother is a Jaluk. So my brother, most likely, that's his family. And if he go to the reunion, I mean, and he be around them, there's nothing I could do about it because at the end of the day, that's still his family. So it's almost like my brother is caught in the middle. Like, you know what? That's my sister. You my cousin. You married the woman that almost underlined my sister. So my brother got to be cautious. Like, like, even though you married to my cousin, you the one still almost underlined my sister. I don't want my brother to be no type of way where, he feels some type of way probably when he see her. But at the end of the day, my brother know I'm a big girl. I can handle myself. I don't want nobody to be hating nobody because of what they did to me, because I don't hate nobody. Even though she did what she did, I did what I did. I forgive her. Whether she forgive herself or not, that's on her. That's between her and God. I'm good with myself. Hey, Irene. Hey, cousin. I'm good with myself. I'm living in my own skin. I take accountability for the things I did, and I'm gonna move around. But the only reason why I keep on bringing up certain things that happened to me, because at the end of the day, they keep on poking the bear. They keep on always playing in my face. So they give me something to talk about, and I'm gonna constantly talk about it. Well, you know, he automatically invited to you. You know, when they have family reunions and stuff like that, and they put an invite out there, it's for everybody that's part of the family. So yeah. Yeah, thank you. I keep my head up above water. I cried a many days and a many nights, but my crying days are over. You know, I just would love to sit down and have a sit down talk with my two girls because I want to get to the bottom of this. I would love to know why I'm still on call block. I would love to know what is the real reason that y'all don't talk to me. Because at the end of the day, if y'all could forgive all these people that then did all kind of dirty stuff, and y'all be saying all these people, y'all be out around all these people that play all type of games that talk about me and all this, but y'all still holding the grudge against me. Other family functions, yeah. Yeah, he be invited, and he might say he ain't going, and I say no, go. Because he be caught in the middle. Like when my daughter had a baby shower, my brother just come on, and my brother don't like what we going on with, his nieces and all that kind of stuff there. But I talk to my little brother and I be like, you know what? If you want to go, you've been gone all these years or whatever. Don't let nothing stop you. But my brother is a counselor like me. My brother is very outspoken. And one thing about him, if you say the wrong thing, he gonna check you. If he feels some type of way, he gonna check you. So he's a grown man, and at the end of the day, you ain't gonna talk about his sister to him. You ain't gonna say nothing. He gonna be cordial, but don't slip and say the wrong thing to him because he ain't playing about it. He love his sibling, he love his sister, and he love his family. So certain things that you out there trying to perpetrate the fraud, his sister girl, trying to perpetrate the fraud. Thank you, girl. Trying to perpetrate the fraud, make it seem like trying to make my sister look some type of way. Well, he ain't having it. Good evening, Queen Keela. He ain't having it. Some people you can, talk about certain like my daughters. I don't know the people they be around. I don't know if they allow people to talk about me when they're around or whatever. But at the end of the day, I got some people like you can talk about certain people all you want, but you ain't finna disrespect me and talk about nobody that I love, no family member. I don't care. Me and my mom and my sisters and brothers, we don't get into it. I could talk about them, but ain't nobody else gonna play with them. If you disrespect them, now if they wrong, I'm gonna tell them you was wrong. And my brother be wrong, my sister be wrong, but at the end of the day, we is close knit when it come down to certain situation. And I didn't call, like somebody say, I call the dogs off. When all this stuff be going on, I make a decision. I say, I'm good. If they call me on the phone, I got friends all in Detroit. I got friends all out of town, and I got friends everywhere. If they call me and they say, you good down there? Yeah, I'm good. But don't think for a second because I'm in this wheelchair. All I got to do is press the button. Like somebody say, they press the button and I'm gone. No, I press the button and you might be gone. But I don't live like that. But at the end of the day, if it had to be active, But when you get older, you get wiser. And I'm in the streets, but I'm not of the street. What you say? Do you rather have a relationship with them? My brother have a relationship with his cousin, which is my ex-husband, but it's not. One thing I do know about my brother loved me and he loved his family. So my brother is cordial. He gonna talk to you, but he gonna be cordial. Like hanging out and hanging with you and all that. Nah, like if he see my ex-husband, which is his cousin, he gonna dap him off, what's up, this and that. But for us him, like, he a counselor like me. Like we forgive, but it's certain things, certain boundaries that you don't cross. So you can stay over there. I might speak to you, but you stay over there and I'm gonna stay over here. And we got people like that. We got people that love their people, right? And some people don't talk to their people. But when it's time to get down, when it's time to get active, they on site. I got family like that. We don't have to talk. They know who I am. But if it's time for them to get active, like when the females be talking all that smack about what they gonna do, somebody be calling them and say, you won't back up off of that one. I don't know what you done heard. I don't know what you thinking in your mind. But that one right there, you need to back up off of that. But one thing my family do know, in a wheelchair, out the wheelchair, I can handle my own. I don't need to call nobody. I don't need no entourage. I'll be praying and saying, Lord, have mercy. Please let them leave me alone. but now I know how to think. Back then, I was head first. But now I know how to use my head without reacting. I know how to go sit in the corner and be like, you know what? So all the little thoughts come to my head, I know how to deal with them. Because you're going to get some thoughts that come to your head. You're going to get some thoughts saying, you know what? They playing with you. Why don't you just go pull up? Why don't you just go pull up? You know you ain't no God. Why don't you just pull up? And then you got the other, Jehovah be saying, you ain't pulling up nowhere. You better go lay down. But the thoughts are coming. So you just going to let them do that? You just going to let them play with you? You know where you could catch them at. And people get comfortable. I ain't going to lie. They bold. Because me, it done been people that done did people stuff decades ago and they done went back and retaliate. I don't even think like that. Because I know Jehovah. I ain't got to put a hand on nobody. The whipping that Jehovah gives to us, you ain't got, if he say calm and you reap what you sow, why you want to fight your own battle when he say they reap what they sow? So people on the outside, in their mind, they might believe in people getting away with the stuff that they do. We only get by. We don't get away. If he chastised me and he set my little tail down for all the stuff that I did, what makes y'all think y'all different? Y'all exempt. Ain't nobody exempt from what's going to happen in this world. And whatever you pour out, that's what you get back. And everything I did, Jack, Rob, whatever I did, whoever I jacked, whoever somebody jacked me, Roberts get robbed, Jack get jacked. Whatever you dish out, you get that back. Sometimes you get it back double. It was a time I was like, damn, I ain't finished paying. In life, you get that back. That's why I always say you got to watch the way you treat people. But one thing about me, if you cross the line with me, I'm going to see you for who you is. Just like I see you on the internet, y'all see me too. And why I'm going to press like on your video and perpetrate a fraud like I like you like that when I don't like you like that. You don't like me, so I don't like you. So why I'm going to perpetrate a fraud on your picture when I know damn well you saw me outside, but when you was with your clique, you act like you didn't see me. Why would I act like I like you like that when I know you don't like me like that? I got a lot of so-called people that say they my friends. Girl, y'all need to stop lying, talking about I'm some of y'all friends, because I'm not y'all friend. On people because I see what happens when they speak on me. How about that? So if you speak on other people, you got to be willing to accept the fact that people going to speak on you too. What I learned about the internet, a lot of people be fibbing. A lot of people be fabricating. The internet is so fake. Haley, in Kansas City in the building, the internet is so fake. It's a lot of make-believe stuff, and it's a lot of people that degrade. I ain't never seen so many people be so bold with calling people ugly, blind, crippled, crazy. I'd be like, damn, how could some people be so cruel? Let me tell y'all what sells. Mess and confusion. When you ugly, when you confused, when you got stuff going on, that's what sells, because people mock you. They love to mock you. But if you somebody got it going on, you get less likes. But if you somebody that they can mock, or somebody that they can talk about, or they somebody that you ain't you begging, or if you somebody that have a low self-esteem or disposition about yourself, they gonna ridicule you. But at the same time, that's the people that they love because they could degrade them. Somebody like me, they insecure. All right, 504, they insecure. They insecure on people. Oh, you like my hair? Thank you. They insecure on people like me that's willing to take a stand and not going along to get along. Thank you, Queen. But we got a lot of people out there that's like that go along to get along. And when you standing up for what's right, nah, we don't like her. I went by her so many times and I ain't even know nothing about it. Yeah, I remember you. Yay. Thank you. So they like all that. Like, All the stuff you see on TikTok and all that, people have millions of views and they get hundreds, thousands of views and this and that. You would think by me telling my livelihood and stuff that I've been through, and I'm transforming my life into being a better person, and I'm trying to talk to people about, not, having protective. I'm trying to talk to young ladies about having protective sex, and I'm talking about mental and physical abuse. I'm talking about being divorced and being in a wheelchair and all that. You would think some of my stuff would go viral, what I'm talking about, because everyday topic, every day that I talk about something is everyday life. And at the end of the day, but to a lot of people, they don't want to hear that. Thank you, Lee. They don't want to hear that. They want to see the fight. They want to see people get degraded. They want to see people be mistreated. That's the way the internet is working right now. Somebody like me, they put on the back burner. Oh, well, she's trying to save the world. And by her trying to save the world, we're going to just push her to the side. But they're not in control. So I'm going to keep on working and keep on doing what I'm doing. And one day it's going to pay off. I'm not going to give up. It is what it is. But the world love the world. Since I'm not of the world, I get less likes and less views. They don't want to hear that. But somebody eventually, the world, how the world going, is going to transition and everybody going to flock over here because they're going to need Jehovah in their life. Stay in my purpose. Thank you, Queen. They're going to need it. So if I can come on the internet and tell you, look, I did this, I did that, and I did this, and I overcome. I'm still here. Even though I'm in a wheelchair, I got a bullet in my chest. One bullet in my chest. The fragment sitting on my spine. I never had no operation. I never had surgery, but the bullet is still in my chest. But it may seem bad to y'all, but at the end of the day, me being in a wheelchair saved my life. Thank you. Thank you, Queen. Me being in a wheelchair, it saved my life. And y'all might look at it a different way and say, well, damn, she in a wheelchair. And I don't want no sympathy. Y'all can empathize before as y'all feeling some type of way about what happened to me. Nah, I'm good. And at the end of the day, I pray for the people that did what they did to me. But at the same time, I'm where I'm at because of the choices that I made. I made poor choices. I made a choice to marry a man that I was in love with, had children for him, thought I was going to be with him for the rest of my life. It didn't turn out that way. He cheated on me. He wound up marrying a woman who almost unalived me. But at the end of the day, that's who I chose to be with. And these are the consequences. He was abusive mentally and physically. Maybe if I would have just got out of that, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at. Who to say? I'd probably be locked up. I'd probably be, no telling where I would be. But I am a phenomenal woman now. I am a better woman now. And I love Jehovah. And that's all that matters to me right now. That's all that matters to me right now. If I was out there in the wilderness with the wolves and sheep clothes, if I was out there, I'd be just like them. And I don't want to be like them. I don't ever want to be the person that I was when I was a young girl. To know better is to do better. And I'm doing better. Even though I have my good days and my bad days. Thank you, Queen. Even though I have my good days and my bad days, but my good days outweigh the bad days. I am non-tolerance when it comes down to a man. Thank you. Non-tolerance. And I've been married 4 times, 3 times in a wheelchair. But I'm non-tolerance when it comes down to tolerating a man and his shenanigans. I see the red flags now. I can see them clearly. But when I was in the world of the world, I couldn't see it. Thank you, Queen. I couldn't see. It was like a shield was over my eyes, like, this man is not for you. My grandma was saying certain things to me. I heard her talking, but I wasn't listening. Right. Thank you. My grandma was saying, don't go out there, leave that boy alone, leave that man alone. You're beautiful and all that kind of stuff. That I heard my grandmother say that day, the same day that I was almost unalive. My grandmother tried to talk to me, but I heard her what she said, but I wasn't listening to what she said. So I got out of character. My grandma said, you look so pretty, you're pretty fine, you got a beautiful smile, leave him alone. And the same day she said, leave him alone, is the day that the other woman almost unalived me. Because I was caught up in my emotions and my feelings because I was with him that Friday. And then I almost was unalived that Sunday. From Friday to Sunday. Friday I was good. Saturday I was good. Sunday changed my whole entire life. I wound up in a coma. Wound up being divorced and don't know how. Don't know when. I can't even tell you what the date was on the divorce papers. All I know is when I decided to get married again, I had to go get some papers because I heard I was divorced, but I never read the divorce papers. I never had no signature of mine on the divorce paper because I never was asked for a divorce. Nobody never knocked on my door. Oh, Miss Mays, we come to Miss Jaluk, we come to serve you with some divorce papers. Nobody never came to the hospital and served me no papers or nothing like that. I never signed no divorce papers or nothing like that. Because I do know me. If I knew anything about a divorce, I was gonna put up a fight. Not because I was gonna fight to be with him. Happy Tuesday, TT. I was gonna fight for my rights. I was gonna get spouse support from him. And then I didn't know that I still could have sued her. I could have got all that. Thank you, Biggie. I could have got all that. But by me being trauma and didn't know no better, didn't know anything about any divorce, I didn't know anything about none of that. And now that I'm older now and stuff is coming to, coming back and people telling me things, now I'm aware. Back then I wasn't aware. I had a short loss of memory, and they took advantage of me losing my memory. How could you divorce a person on her deathbed and her not knowing, or you file for a divorce and you can't say you ain't know where I was. They can't say they didn't know how to serve me. They can't say that we can't find her because I had children and it was his children. He sent a divorce paper somewhere and you couldn't respond, so that's automatically divorce. Well, I couldn't respond, so I ain't know nothing about a divorce, but it was a lot of lies and a lot of corruption. It's no way possible partner would have walked free without paying me spouse support. All the things that you brought me through, it wouldn't, but it's okay because at the end of the day, if you divorce somebody and they know nothing about it, you did something that was unjust. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. That's a possibility. They say, oh, I don't know where she at, or we just gonna send it somewhere, or we don't know what address to send it to, or whatever. Yeah, all that possible. That could have happened. But at the end of the day, was it right? Because I do know that they say that when a person becomes disabled, a person have wind up with a disability or something like that, you cannot divorce them. How you divorce me 9 months? I mean, all right. So we was married when I went in the hospital. And then months later, I get a divorce and don't know nothing about him. Your mama did your daddy that? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do that because they say at one time you could file for the divorce, and if you can't, you could say you don't know where the person at, you can't find them, or you don't know where to serve them at, and all that kind of stuff there, and they'll grant them a divorce. But what if that's a lie? So, you say, did they take his side? Quite naturally, take his side anytime they turn on me for him. But all that's happening with me and my kids is after the fact. When he came home, he been home for the last 9, going on 8, 9, going on 10 years. He been home from doing 12 years. So we was good until he came home. And when he came home, it's like all hell broke loose. Like, oh, it's now we gonna turn on mom. But it's okay because at the end of the day, Jehovah don't sleep. I'm gonna continue to doing what I'm doing, which doing right. You know what I'm saying? Even when he tried to file for custody to take our children, the judge asked him, was I an unfit mother? And he said no. So if I wasn't unfit, why you try to take my children? But it's a lot to the story that y'all don't know. I can tell y'all a story time about everything and everybody. It's a whole lot of people that's involved that turned their back against me, that I was good to, that I was there for. They picked a side. Yeah. I'm still, getting healed day by day, every day. I'm being healed, in my mind, and it is what it is. But I do know, in order for me to be in a relationship with anybody, they got to be strong-minded, because I've been through a lot with being married, and I'm working on me. So either you got to deal with my good and my bad days, or you're not going to survive being with me. Because some days I just want to go in the room and shut the door and go lay down and be to myself. And I don't know, I'm sure they got a man out there that's willing to accept that and the other stuff that's going on or whatever. But at the end of the day, you got to be willing to accept the things that I've been through in my life. But if the right man came along, I believe that I can overcome a lot of this. And I also said it, if the right man came in my life, and he was like, I love you, I want to be with you, but we got to leave all that behind. And, I think my chapter won't be over until, my book and my interviews and all that. And then I can move forward with my life, once my book and once I didn't put it all out there, then my chapter of this life will be over. There's no need to talk about it because it's everything out in the openness, and I believe I'm to the point where I just want everything to be out, everything that ever happened. I want everything to be revealed, because at the end of the day, I gave them an opportunity to leave me alone. I gave them an opportunity to move on with their life and leave my life alone. But no, since all us be around the same people and all that, it be like here saying a little this and that and all that kind of stuff. And it's a lot of time I say, just leave me alone. And they don't want to do that. Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of stuff that's built up inside that I deal with, and if I believe deep down in my heart, in my spirit, if I would have never draw closer to Jehovah, I wouldn't be sitting right here right now. Thank you for sharing, Queen. I wouldn't be sitting right here right now talking to y'all, and we wouldn't be having this conversation if Jehovah wasn't in my life. I believe that I would have went got my lick back from him and from her, and I'd be in a women's prison somewhere paying for what I did. But that now that I have Jehovah in my life, I don't think like that. I don't think about harming him or her. But have I ever thought about it? Yeah, several times. I thought about getting her. I thought about getting him. And I said, and then I had to think about it. I had to think about it and say, well, and even if you do him something or you do her something, that's not going to change the fact that you're in a wheelchair. That might make it worse for you. So, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead on. I'm going to keep praying about it. I'm going to keep my head up above water and let them do what they do. Man, they still be poking the bear, still be doing a little shady shit, throwing a rock hot in their hand. And I be like, okay. So the more they keep on throwing stuff in my face, playing with me, the more I'm going to talk about it. And then the more I talk about it, the more the truth going to come out. The more stuff. The truth about everything. I tell the truth about a lot of stuff, but it's a lot of stuff I haven't even said. I see what you say. You have been through a lot. I don't know if you can know what I have been through, right? And they not work being in jail, right? So even though, they got people they dislike and all that kind of stuff there and like it for whatever reason, don't like it for whatever reason, but they don't even know the half. And all these people, I mean, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, it's so many people against me and mad because I'm on the internet telling my story. They just want me to go away. They want me to shut up and they don't want me to say that. And I ain't gonna lie, I know a lot of, like personal business because I was in the house with them. And all these years that I've been telling my story, why nobody never, I'm gonna say it again, say, oh, she just be lying. Because they know everything that I say is the truth. And not only that, talk about it, I got receipts. I can prove everything that I say is accurate. Everything that I did is accurate. That's why nobody can get on the internet and try to degrade me and talk about me. Nobody can talk about me better than me. Nobody can't say, oh, she used to do this and she used to do that. Nobody can tell my story better than me. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you what I want you to know. What I don't want you to know, I don't have to tell you. And there's a lot of stuff I haven't said. But since they poke in the bell and they keep on thinking they could play with me, I might as well just disclose everything. Just lay it all on the line. Since all y'all think it's a game, all y'all in cahoots against this one little lady in the wheelchair. And I'm not an innocent person to the fact where I won't be like, oh, I want people to feel sorry for me. I'm looking for clout and all that. Why is I'm looking for clout by telling my story? How is it that you're looking for clout when you're talking about your life and you're talking about real stuff, real life stuff that really happened? You know, all this really happened. That happened in some. And yet and still somebody say, and they say you ought to just let it go. Oh wow. Ain't that something for you to say, but I should let go that I live with every day. So I should just not think about me being in a wheelchair from time to time. I don't let it consume me. I don't let it break me, but it's my life. And I guarantee you, it's a lot of things about me that a lot of y'all don't know that somebody will say, damn, I don't remember her saying that. I don't remember that. I can tell that story over and over again and somebody will say, damn, I ain't never heard her say that. I don't remember her saying that. So just think about the people who never knew anything about me. Think about the people who not following me. Think about the people who gonna get the opportunity that never got the opportunity to hear about this lady named Ann Meigs and her life story. Just think about it. Just think about, just for empathize. Think about me loving my children to the fact that I love them so much that they turned their back on me and they forgave them over there, but they ain't forgive me for exposing them, for treating me some kind of way. That's a lot by itself. That's a lot by itself. And what's a lot is you think about, damn, if they feel this type of way and I'm still alive, they almost make me feel like, girl, if you leave this earth today or tomorrow, it don't matter to them. So if you got kids that feel like whether you alive or you not alive, if they feel like they don't care, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of you saying that's my mom or that's my dad if you don't care? If you don't care, that's fine. But I care and I love y'all enough to want to see y'all not destroy y'all life by mistreating y'all family, y'all mama, y'all daddy. I love a lot of y'all out there and I want to see y'all not destroy y'all life the way that y'all treat y'all parents. A lot of y'all mistreat y'all parents, y'all mama and y'all daddy. Y'all treat your mama better than you treat your daddy, and your daddy was there for you too. Y'all got y'all favorite people that y'all holding resentment against your daddy because your daddy and your mama not together. But what if it was your mama's fault? What if it wasn't your daddy's fault? But that's understandable if you want to take side. But always remember, it's a father and a mother. Without the mother, you wouldn't be here. Without the father, you wouldn't be here. So why pick a side? Why I say, oh, I'm gonna take my mama's side because my daddy not here. But at the end of the day, he said, honor thy mother and thy father. He ain't say pick a church. If you got a mother that been up for you and your daddy, but you cling more to your mother because your daddy not there in house with you, or you been around your mother more, but you taking sides. And a lot of y'all take sides because of what your mama said. And at the end of the day, what if your mama and your daddy is not together because of your mama? But I understand some of y'all still gonna say, well, wrong or right, that's still my mama. But that's still your daddy too. What about if you got a mama that wants you to hate or dislike your daddy because shit ain't work out with them? So on that note, if you love your mama, you're supposed to love your daddy the same way you love your mama. Well, I forgot you're gonna love your mama more because at the end of the day, you be around your mother more than you be around your daddy. That he went on with his life and his new family, but he tried to be there as a family with your mama and it didn't work. So some of y'all caught up in the middle, but at the end of the day, y'all got to be fair. If you're going to be fair, he gave you a mother and a father. And just because the mother and the father can't get along and they're not together, that don't give you the right to say, well, I'm going to just pick my mama's side. So you in your mind, you thinking, well, I'm going to pick my mama's side and I'm gonna pick my mama's side over my daddy's side. My mama don't do no wrong. What if your mama was the cause of the marriage not working? Wow, for real, Paula? And we got children that have fathers that have never been a part of their life. And our children that we love, that we raise, that we do everything for, they turn their back on us for the absent father. What about them out there that say, oh, my dad ain't never been there for me because of what the mama said? What about the daddy that tried to be there and the mama cut all ties because of her emotions and her feelings? And what about the mama that lied to you about your daddy and say your daddy ain't no good, your daddy ain't never did nothing for you, and she been getting child support and you ain't never knew nothing about it? What about that? Three keys a bed, right? What about that? So we can't be one-sided when it come down to mother and father. Because just like they got men that cheat, they got women that cheat too. Just like they got daddies that destroy marriages, they got the wife that destroy marriages too. They got the little hot tail women and the little hot tail men. So at the end of the day, y'all got to be cordial. Got to be like, you know what? Dad, I love you. Mom, I love you. But I feel like the mama shouldn't force you to pick a side between her and your daddy. When she was with him, she was loving him, and y'all was good. When she found out he cheated or whatever went on, she feel like he cheated and all that kind of stuff. That now she wants you to be mad at him because he cheated. And yeah, you could feel some type of way, but at the end of the day, that's still your daddy. My ex-husband cheated on me, and he was the woman that almost unalived me, and my children still love their daddy. Turn the kids against you? Wow. But they still find a way. And you could tell them their daddy was Jack the Builder. And guess what? You done did everything for them. I bet you they're going to try to go find Jack the Builder. And they're going to love Jack the Builder. And Jack the Builder ain't built their damn house for them. But at the end of the day, you damn if you do and you damn if you don't. How about that? You could be the best mama in the world. And you done did everything you could possibly do with raising your children by yourself, you and Jehovah. And guess what? They still going to slap you in your face and kick you in your butt. That's my daddy. I'm going by my dad. And some of them then went so far as portraying you and went and be with the daddy and the stepmama and treat the stepmama better than they treat you as the mother. I'm just saying, do we deserve to be treated like that? No. But if you're going to be fair, you got to be fair. Because wrong is wrong on both sides. They got some women, they controlling. They got some men, they control. And just because y'all caught in the middle, at the end of the day, if you're going to treat your daddy some kind of way, so you mean to tell me you're going to post your daddy on his birthday, you're going to call him and tell him happy birthday and post him on his birthday. But when your mama's birthday, you ain't going to post her because you worrying about the people that you be around and you want them to believe that you don't deal with your mom. I'm just saying, the world that we living in, a lot of y'all youngsters is delusional because y'all want to believe that y'all know everything and y'all got all the right answers and y'all don't. Call me on Father's Day. They don't call me on my birthday or call him on wow. So at the end of the day, we as parents, we got to build up enough strength to be strong. And if that's the game they want to play, we got to make our no mean no, our yay mean yay. If you feel that way about me, when you need help, or you need to get your car co-signed and you need all this, and you need your house note, your car insurance paid, and all your house note, and your rent and all that paid, you need food in the icebox and all that, go ask somebody else. We got to learn how to stand. We got to learn how to make a stand because at the end of the day, we crippling them by making them think that we going to be here the rest of our life and we not. You got to build them. And I ain't talking about building a bill. You got to let them stand on all 10 like we did. Since they unappreciative, see, like one of the little girls, mama gave her a car, and she said she don't want that car because her mama drive a G-Wagon. Oh, well, guess what? You ain't getting shit. Some of us ain't get a damn bicycle. And you mean to tell me you got a car and you have the nerve to be ungrateful? I'm just saying. I didn't took food out of my mouth. I didn't took food out of my house and made sure you had. And then you gonna curse me out like a dog. And then you gonna say, oh, I'm gonna live with my daddy. Oh, wow. So that's what y'all doing? So that's the type of life that y'all want to live. And we supposed to say, you know what? You're gonna buy your daddy? Bye. If they stay with you, pack their shit and tell them your shit outside. Take that. And since you're going by your daddy, don't come back over here. We just got to know how to stand and stop being punk ass parents. I done been a punk ass parent a few times too. I done been a punk ass parent and I didn't cry and say, damn. I didn't have to kick myself and say, girl, I didn't told myself, you're so stupid. How you gonna help somebody and they don't try to help, they don't even call you, but you still, they need you and you help them. And God said, get out the way. Can't buy love. God said, get out the way. Didn't I tell you not to help them? No. Oh, well, that's still my baby. That's still my children. And no matter, even though you help them, God still brought them through again. God said, I'm bringing them through. That's the process. I'm bringing them through, and you need to get out the way. You need to fall back. Because even though you help them, I'm going to put them in a situation where they're going to need help again. He wants us to fall back when it's necessary. How they going to grow up to be young adult or respectable adults if we keep on putting our hand in the cookie jar, bailing them out? It's going to be one time you ain't going to be able to bail them out. Now what? It's going to be a time where they're going to call you and you ain't going to even have it. Because that's how he worked. Like, I gave you that for you. And you still went behind my back like I told you not to do it and you still did it. So when we help our young adult or adult children, we're not helping them by helping them. You're not building them by helping them. When you allow them to go out there and get a job and work hard for what they want, that's what we're supposed to do. Love them from a distance. We're supposed to make them, not make them. We're supposed to allow them to go out there in the wilderness and get it how they live. And us getting it to them easy. Oh, yeah, I got you. I'm going to pay your rent this month and I'll pay that. Nah. We supposed to let them figure it out. But no, we want to be captive saver. And that's why we get kicked in our butt. That's exactly why we get kicked in our butt. Because like we went through, we got to let them go through. When you become a certain age, you become an adult. And they got some people still doing childish things at adult because they still have a childish mind, childish mentality. But to know better is to do better. And at the end of the day, you being there for them constantly is not helping them. See what I'm saying? The phone just blanked out. I have all these views, 11,000 views, and the phone just blanked out. That's because they want me to get another phone. Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
So if the back of the cheeks look like this.
All these 14,000 views, and the phone just blank. Come on, man. Take some off. I'm just saying. Come on. Yeah, I'ma always share my life story. I'ma always be transparent. And I'm gonna be the person that God created me to be, y'all. And I'm gonna do exactly what He want me to do. I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna keep on striving. I'm gonna keep on working hard, and I'm gonna stay out the way of the enemy. I'm gonna constantly keep praying for my daughters, asking God to have mercy on their soul because they know better. And it don't take a whole lot of people to get close to my daughters and tell them, if you keep on treating your mother the way you treat her, is no good that's gonna come out of this. I wanna save their soul. I want them to wake up and say, you know what? I'm sorry. I know I haven't been right, and I just want to get it right. Because I know Jehovah chastises each and every one of us. And when He chastises us, it don't feel good. And even though that's my kids, nobody want to see their kids hurt. Nobody don't want to see their kids going through or hear nothing bad about their children. But if your children dishonor you as a parent, they most definitely got to reap what they sow, whether we like it or not. If you got a child that's disobedient, no matter what we say, is out of our control. If they want to do it their way, guess what? Jehovah gonna do it His way. Either you gonna do right, and that's His words. Honor thy mother, thy father. Either you gonna get it right, or you gonna do right, or I'm gonna let you bump your head and go through what you gonna go through, even though that's our children. Right, with the blood. I always cover them with the blood. But at the end of the day, no matter what way we look at it, no matter how y'all don't want to hear this, and it's for a lot of y'all parents out there, whether we want to believe this or not, or whether we feel some type of way or not, when our children be disobedient to us, it's not my words, it's not your words, it's His word. Honor thy mother, thy father, or thy days will be longer, or you shorten your days. And He also said, don't provoke your kids. So if that's His words, and they're not living by His word, and they dishonoring their parents by being disobedient, disrespectful, He got to chastise them. Right, Terry? He got to chastise them. Whether we want to believe it or not, whether we want to hear it or not, it's out of our control. We have no control over the way Jehovah chastises our children. If He chastises your child or my child right now, who we gonna get mad at? He already said it. It's already written. I can't, if God chastise your child, my child, our children, or people that disrespect or handle the elder, or people, some type of way, when God chastises them and you get a phone call that something nothing bad, because I don't wish nothing bad on none of our children, but it's bad enough for it to hurt our heart. We can't get mad because God got to chastise. He chastised me. He chastised me. I'm in a wheelchair. He chastised me. So if He chastised me, what makes y'all think that y'all are exempt from being chastised in our children? We all get chastised. So we all have choices we make. And the choices that we make, it can make us or break us. So you make your choices. You know, they say you make your bed or you're laying it. So if you made the choice to disrespect your mama and your daddy, or any elder, you made that choice. Lord have mercy on y'all soul. Lord have mercy on y'all soul. Y'all chose to go out there, mistreat people, to disrespect older people because y'all feel like, well, they old enough and this and that. I don't care how old a person is. If they older than me, I'm not going to disrespect an elder person. An old lady could be walking with a cane and she could tell me something I don't like. I'm not going to disrespect her. That's the way I was raised. I can say whatever I want to say in my mind, but I would never disrespect a person that's older than me. Some of y'all raising your children the wrong way, and y'all gonna pay for it one way or another. If you're a parent and you know better, and you're not telling your child wrong from right, you are being held accountable because he say forgive them because they know not what they do. So if they don't know no better, he say forgive them. But if they know better, they're supposed to do better. But if you know better and you're not telling them better, he holding you accountable. But one thing about me, Miss Mays, my children know better because I taught them better. Even when I was out there in the wilderness, I taught them wrong from right. Even when I was doing wrong. Thank you, Queen. I allowed them to know that Mama do this because Mama feel like this is what she have to do. But I don't want y'all to do what I'm doing. So to y'all mothers that's upholding all the wrongdoing out there, guess what? And your children don't know no better because you never sit down and talk to them. You being held accountable. You being held accountable because you scared to talk to your daughter or your son because you weren't about the relationship y'all have. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say this because you don't want to fall out with them. So you rather them destroy their life than for you to tell them wrong from right. Well, I'd rather tell them wrong from right and allow them to know wrong from right and know that I gave them the benefit of the doubt to tell them about life. And it won't be on my conscience. When they grown, but listen, Tawana, you know they got a lot of people that's grown that don't know no better. Some people grown in their age, but they're not grown in their mind. Let me say that again for somebody. Some people are grown in their age, but not grown in their mind. Some people have a mind of a child. That's why when you get with certain women and men, they still immature because they still think like a child. But he said when you become older, you're supposed to put away childish things. And some people still doing childish things, even though they're in their 50s, their 60s, their 40s. So we can't say that when you're grown, you know everything. Because I'm 60 years old and I still allow somebody that I trust to steal from me. When I know better, when I know I should dot my I's and cross my T's. Right. I know better. So from now on, when I got beat, when I just had a comedy show, I don't fault nobody but me. Because I know from then on, I should have contracts. I should have been over my own money. But it's okay. You live and you learn. And it's sad to say you 60 years old and you still letting people play you, jack you without a gun, rob you without a gun, a pew pew. But it's okay because at the end of the day, some people is older and in their mind, they thinking they doing the right thing. You ever talk to an older person and they thinking they know everything because they older? No. You know, a lot of us gonna leave this earth not knowing everything. And we got a lot of youngsters that think they know everything. They think we don't know nothing. They think we don't even know how to raise a child. Because they going by with the young doctor telling them what to do when we raised them without a doctor. I mean, like in-house, Tylenol when they got fever. We didn't bring our children to the doctor every time they broke out with a cold. But the generation we living in now, they don't want you to tell them nothing about raising their children. They want to do what they want to do, how they want to do it. But yeah, they got a lot of older people, Queen, that's still young-minded. And just because our children are older adults, don't mean, just because they grown, don't mean that they know wrong from right. In their mind, somebody might be around them telling them what they're doing is right. And they believe them before they believe what me that's telling them something right. So in that case, we got to ask God to cover them with the blood and protect them, but we got to fall back. We got to fall back. So I love y'all. It's about to be 10 o'clock, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And the topic for the day was, don't let your grown adult children or your young adult children destroy your life. Because if you stress, you'll wind up with a stroke. And stressing is not good. And they still going to continue to live their life with who they want to live their life with. They're going to enjoy their life. They're going to do what make them happy. And you stressing and you worry. And they still living their life. They so-called best life. So I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed my live. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be blessed. Love y'all. See y'all, Paula, tomorrow.